There's quite a few questions here on export, Adam. One of them is regarding export reports. Have you heard anything about the ACE export reports missing data? ACE is not reporting the ACE export reports are missing data, but we use a third-party software solution to file our AES submissions. Our third-party software company is advising that the ACE export reports are in fact missing. What have you heard, if anything? And I was with this company when we first reviewed this and noticed this problem with ACE data. Are you hearing anything, or is this something that you can take to the TSN meeting, I believe, in the beginning of next year to discuss?
Well, I think part of it, the import side of the house saw this problem happen probably 2.5 to 3 years ago. And as this transition starts to happen, you have to think that what Customs is doing right now is they're converting ERP systems. So Customs was in what was called the Automated Commercial System, or ACS, and for export they were in AES, the Automated Export System. Now everything's transitioning to ACE. So this is the same thing maybe from you guys transitioning from a previous system. Now maybe you're going to SAP, or you're going to JD Edwards, or you're doing some kind of ERP conversion inside of your own house. That's what Customs is doing right now. So during the transition period, especially on the export side, there are going to be problems. Data is not going to pull through properly. Data is going to get missed. That is a very real problem. One thing that you will notice, one thing Customs has done a pretty good job of is if you're using their new platform, the ACE platform, they're not missing data. They're capturing most of that data. So, you know, we've seen it before. It doesn't surprise me at all that it's still happening on the export side. The import one cleaned itself up in about 6 months altogether before Customs kind of worked out all the bugs. I anticipate that happening again. One thing to note as well, though, is if you think that you're using a third party and they're not listing you as that USPPI, you would never see that data. So even if you've provided them information, that third-party service, they have filed some form of AES, or I should say EEI now, on your behalf. If you weren't the USPPI, you're never going to see that data. So that is just something to know. Also, any of you that have multiple EIN numbers, ACE allows you to view all of those in one place. Now, you can also keep those separate. So maybe, excuse me, your corporate might have your parent EIN plus maybe your 6 subsidiaries, but then each subsidiary can have its own access just to its own data. So that's something else to think of. Maybe you have 2 EINs, and so all of the data, you know, you're looking at one EIN and you don't even have access yet to that second one for whatever reason that may be.